Hey guys, MCU Collector here with a new video, and here is the Hot Toys Avengers Infinity War Iron Spider, the movie masterpiece series, MMS 482. So I am very excited to have this. This is actually my third Hot Toy figure, and this one is personally mine, not one that I am borrowing to review. But this is for my personal collection. So it's my third. The first two that I have is actually the homemade suit Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming. And then the second I got was the Spider-Man Deluxe version, which is the tech suit. So as you can see, MCU Spider-Man figures and Hot Toys is really what I'm going for. Now, Hot Toys are very expensive, so it's not something that I can just buy a bunch of left and right. I'm already doing Legends and everything. I just started doing the MCU Mezco figures, so there's so many different lines now that I'm collecting. And I know many collectors are collecting much more than me, but I just can't get all these different Hot Toys, even though every single one of them is really amazing. My next one after this, I've been eyeing the Gamerverse. I guess it's not considered Gamerverse, but the PlayStation 4 video game Spider-Man figure and the Spider-Punk that are going to be coming out at some point. I haven't been keeping up on those because I'm not sure if I'm going to get them or not, but I might. So we shall see. But really cool. Let's take a look. You see the Iron Spider image there. Avengers Infinity War logo down in the bottom right corner, or I guess left of the package. But then you see Hot Toys and movie masterpiece. So here on the side of the package you see Iron Spider, and it has the Infinity Gauntlet on the side. On the back of the package it's everyone involved. There's some warning labels and things like that. And then on the side is no big deal. Now, every single Avengers Infinity War Hot Toy shares this similar packaging where you have the cut in there, and you pull and you lift the slip cover. So they all actually have that slip cover design for them. The Thor, the Black Widow, all the different ones. And here in the package you see we have the figure. So he comes with a bunch of different accessories. You can see the stand in the background there, unmasked head, the additional light up head, some webs, things like that. Really excited, so let me crack this thing open, mess with it a little bit. I want to get a feel for it, and then I'll be reviewing it in full. Okay, and here is the Hot Toys Iron Spider figure out of the package, and what a great figure that it really is. And here I actually have my entire Hot Toys collection, which is a small little 3, but for Hot Toys, because it is a very premium line, very expensive figures, you have to focus it on who your favorite character is and which ones you really want, because you can't be a Hot Toy collector and a Marvel Legends collector and all these different lines, or at least me myself. I can't do it. I would love to, but there's just no way. So being a collector, Hot Toys were kind of like a big goal of mine to be able to do, and then this past year I was able to get into the line and get started. Spider-Man is my favorite character. The MCU is something that I really love. So the first MCU Spider-Man movie, they released Hot Toys. So here we are, and I have all of the Hot Toys that were released. I guess technically there was 2 releases of this guy. There was a regular version and the deluxe version. I got the deluxe version, which is the same, except it comes with a couple more accessories. A school jacket. He also comes with a Vulture helmet, and then I think the book. I can't remember if the book is part of the regular one or not, but I got the deluxe version. So I am very happy with these. Any additional MCU Spider-Man Hot Toys that will be coming out, I will collect. So Far From Home, I'm sure we're going to get at least 2 for that one. I'm sure we'll get the black and red suit, and then we will probably get the stealth suit or shield suit or whatever they're going to end up calling it. I wish I could get all of the Homecoming Hot Toy figures, but that Iron Man Mark 47 is ridiculously priced now on the aftermarket. But again, I had to focus it really on Spider-Man himself. So at some point a Vulture figure is going to be released in Hot Toys. It looked amazing when I saw it at San Diego Comic-Con, but I will not be getting that because it just I can't get all these Hot Toys figures. So Spider-Man only, but I am tempted to get the advanced suit from the game, the Hot Toys that'll be coming out later this year, and then they're also releasing a Spider-Punk. So we shall see if I'm going to give in and pick those up or not. But here we have the 3 different Hot Toys. So I just wanted to show them all to you guys side by side, and you could just see how amazing they are. And I do recommend for any collector to have at least one hot toy in their personal collection of your absolute favorite character, because these things are amazing. The detail is ridiculous on these things. So I am very pleased with it. So first, let's get right to it and look at the accessories that comes with the Iron Spider. Then we'll take a closer look at the figure itself. Okay guys, so here are all the accessories that the Iron Spider hot toy figure comes with. He comes with an unmasked, or a mask by itself, which makes no sense because this was not in the movie. It's done in the same rubbery metallic finish that the suit is in, so this thing is absolutely pointless. I think they included it because they already had kind of the I don't know, the stencil or whatever they used to make this, since this and the regular fabric came with the regular suit for Homecoming. At least that's what I guess. There's an end to a web piece that you can attach to the various different webs that are included here. As you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different webs that he comes with. He also comes with 6 pairs of interchangeable hands. Out of the package, he comes with the fists. He also has these open hands here. Then you get wall crawling hands. Then you just get another open hand as if he's almost going to grab something. Then you have the web holding hands here, and then you have the whipping hands. So a bunch of different hands. He has 4 sets of interchangeable lenses for the telescoping effect for the head. So you can see there, they're just on magnets. You get the wide open and all the way to the squinting ones. And to change those out, you just kind of push in on the corner here, and you can pull it out, and you can see that it's magnetized. So you can have one that's up, one that's down, like so, and that looks kind of odd, but you kind of get the picture there. Tweezers to help put the batteries in, which was an absolute nightmare to do. Then you get this piece, which I use to kind of help me put the batteries in, and then you could use this to help you pull the eyes out or anything. I just like to kind of push in that corner. We get 3 heads with it. The one where you can change out the lenses. You get the unmasked or unhelmeted Tom Holland, Peter Parker head sculpt. This is the head sculpt that we got in the previous 2 hot toy figures. The one with the homemade suit, which I have displayed. It's the same head, except that one has battle damage, so he has some bruises, cuts, and scrapes. This one is the same as that, just without that. And then the regular suit one has an unmasked head, but that one he's kind of looking off into the corner. Here, this one is looking on straight on. And then we have the light up feature of the other head, which is a pretty awesome feature to have. So I'll turn off the lights here and show you guys what that looks like. So up underneath, there's a little switch. Flip the switch, and you have the light up feature, which is pretty awesome. Nice bright lights as the light in the room adjusts to it. But you can see that those lights on this head are very bright and pretty cool. So turn that off. If I can get the switch. Now, one thing that this figure did that the previous ones did not do is that all of these heads are actually magnetized onto the figure. So there's no ball joint like on the 2 previous ones. So that's something that's a little bit different, but pretty cool. But I really like the red metallic finish of these. It's pretty awesome. Forgot to mention that he does come with some replacement joints, like at the wrists, just in case something were to happen. So always be very, very careful when changing those out. But it does come with a little bit extra, so hey, but still be very, very careful. So those are the accessories. Let's take a look at that Tom Holland. Let's get in real close to it. That's probably as close as I'm going to be able to get it, so you guys can see how much that looks like Tom Holland. So it's a pretty awesome one. It's definitely very solid plastic, because it actually got some weight to it, so it looks very, very good. And you can actually see that there's some different color variations of brown and dark brown in the hair to give it a realistic look. So very awesome looking head sculpt. Really, really like the way it came out. Unfortunately, I will not be displaying this figure with this Tom Holland head sculpt. He will be displayed actually with the one with the interchangeable lenses, because I won't be storing the batteries in the other one. So I'll be taking those out, so it wouldn't be any point to really displaying it with this one. And these are very light and hollow. Alright, let's look at the figure again. Okay, so back to the Iron Spider figure. Here I'm going to go over the articulation. Now, because the head is magnetic on there, you can get a full range of motion in any position that you really want to get this head. So that is pretty cool. So while I go over the articulation, I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Now the shoulders can go up so high, but you really don't want to go more than 90 degrees, and you cannot leave this figure in any kind of dynamic poses because it can damage the material. So you really want to be careful with that. So basically you can get 90 degrees in any which way you move it, and that's really all you're going to want to do. Same with the elbow. There's a double elbow in there, but be very careful not to overextend. The wrists are on ball pegs, so you can get full swivel, and you can kind of move around any which way. Now, these web shooters are an extra floating piece that can come off when you take the hands off, so be very careful with that. Ab crunch, he can crunch down that far. He can go back that far. There is a little bit of a diaphragm joint, so you can get a little bit of twist and pivot in there. You do want to be very careful again there. The legs go out that far. There is an upper thigh cut in there. You get a double jointed knee. There's no boot rotation or anything, but you get ankle that hinges up, hinges down very nice, and there's a little bit of pivot in there, and the toes are hinged as well. So that's pretty great as far as articulation. But again, with these Hot Toys, you know, you can get them into dynamic poses, but again, you only want to keep them like that for a short time, as it can damage the material. Now, the spider legs, these are all individual pieces that port into the back of the figure, which I got in there pretty good, I guess, that I can't take out, so I'll take that one out. You can see they just poured in there, and then there's little covers to keep that design of the Iron Spider on the back there. Now, I'll show you these in the articulation. There are several points of articulation. So you got one here with the full ratchet, another here, one more there, and then you'll also have the one right at the port where you plug into the back of the figure. Now, each one goes into a particular spot, so they're all labeled as far as up right, low right, or down right, up left, down left. Then you can see you can move them around however you want. And there's some great movement in there, so you can get this thing into all kinds of crazy poses that you see fit. So that is pretty awesome. Now let's take a close-up look at the figure itself and the material and the design and the details. Okay, so here is the figure up close, and you can see how the head looks awesome. If you look closely, you can really see that texture pattern that is throughout the figure, even on the head sculpt. So that is pretty awesome. Again, it's just on there with a magnet. Looking at the spider legs, you can see where they port in the back here, and they all have their own certain spots. They're just done with a nice gold with some blue paint throughout the spider legs that you could see there. Now, the design of the suit, I love the metallic, how shiny it is. I don't know exactly what type of material it is, but it's a very smooth material, almost leather or rubbery like. Not sure exactly what it's made out of, but you can see all the web lines and everything, and the details and the textured layers. Like, you could feel it, like where the shoulder is, you could feel that it's kind of an extra layer on top there. You could feel the gold for the spider legs all throughout. You get these white spots where on the costume in the movie it looks like they were, you know, mini arc reactors that were just kind of lit up throughout. And that's in a couple of different spots throughout the figure. You see one there. Again, it's all lined up pretty good. You get all those lines in the suit that he had, even with like the Homecoming suit and stuff. They're just a little bit more prominent on the Iron Spider figure. Boots look really good. And everything's just done nice and cleanly because, you know, there's not using any kind of paint or anything. There's another spot there. Then you also get them on the wrists here for the web shooters. And the web shooters are pretty awesome. You can see kind of the detail in there, how good that looks. And you can kind of, again, move this around so it matches with the hand, and then you get the little web shooting portion that he, you know, clicks with when whipping. And that looks pretty good. And you have to look at the instructions. It says to be careful because it's kind of pointy there. So you want to be careful that not to snag anything when put on the hands or scratch it or anything. And the same here. You don't want that to puncture the suit. So you definitely would want to be careful with that there. But again, very awesome looking figure. switch that out and put the Tom Holland head on, and you can see that looks very good. But again, I will not be displaying it this way. I will be displaying it with either the one where you could change the lenses, or you can actually, or I'll be displaying it with this one, and this one is the one with the light up feature, which we'll go ahead and do that now. Haha. And that is very cool. I like the way that looks. As I get these lights back on. Yeah, that looks awesome. I wish I could kind of keep it on there all the time, but the batteries will run out quick, and I've heard some stories about, you know, the battery acid leaking out, or, you know, the batteries getting corroded, so I will not be leaving it in there on mine. So pop that off. So he will be with this head here. I may switch out the lenses from time to time, that kind of thing. So that is the Iron Spider figure. I know it's just a quick review, not super in-depth, but just wanted to show off the fine details and how awesome of a figure it really is. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you guys like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching. Iron Spider.